Hello, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of the July 4th weekend extravaganza of the Legacy Blue Solos flying stuff. Flying more than we have the whole summer. Yeah. We're not gonna. No, let's brief. Let's just put ourselves back in the. Let's do the thing. It's all the rituals help. So. All right, hello pilots. It is July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the great nation of the United States of America, as wonderful and messed up as it is. It is 1:36 p.m. Eastern Time, and we are doing another flight at Adana. BrotherLeb, weather briefing.
Weather briefing, same as yesterday. As of 13:58 local time, wind were calm, clouds scattered at 12,000, temperature 15, dew point 0, altimeter 299 no additional amplifying remarks.
All right, 29R2 for a adjusted altimeter of 2985 for a corrected center plane elevation of 0 feet. We will be doing individual takeoff maneuvers, followed by the opposing knife edge, followed by the rest of the show as briefed. Any remarks going into the show?
As we mentioned offline, my goal for this show is going to be to stay ahead of the show and stay mentally level-headed. We flew a surprisingly good show last time for not having flown in like 3 weeks. And I think we surprised ourselves positively, but I think that is probably going to have a knock-on effect this time that we're going to be unhappy with our performance, and I will have a tendency to get in my own head if that happens. So objective is to stay like mentally ahead of that and, even keeled. As far as maneuvery stuff, I'm going to come to that left of crowd heading for the inverted torque quicker than last time, but not like snap to it. Other than that, I think everything else should be basically as standard.
Request, if you are early to the second hit of the dirty clean loop, if you could do a little bit more of a behind the crowd angle pull before you come back, that would be helpful for me getting in for the section loop.
Sure.
My goal for the show is to remember how to form fly. I got there towards the end of the show last time, so I think I'll be able to, but just be calm, smooth, and safe in form flying this time. All right. I think everything else. I don't think I need to adjust anything else as far as parameters are concerned. I need to remember gear up before flaps up at the end of the braking loop, because there are many things about this module that are weird, and that's one of them. Okay, anything else before we get started?
I don't think so.
All right, ready to break. Switch inputs. All right, folks, talk to you in a sec. BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me?
I'm clear.
Leo Charlie. All right.
Great. I don't think I need anything else. I'm going to say I don't. Oh, settings. Yeah. I'm getting 4K right now. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't do the switching every single time like I do. I have my three presets set. Custom 1 as VR, Custom 2 as 1080p, and Custom 3 as 4K.
Yeah, I have basically the same setup. I just don't switch them very often. But my custom 2 is 4K, but same idea. I don't even know what my custom 3 is. I think it's probably a really low setting when I was troubleshooting. Oh, crap. Crap. Forgot to plug my throttle in. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't cause a problem.
I would restart DCS just in case.
It was in the process of starting and hadn't loaded yet.
Okay.
So we could, and I can rescan devices when we get in there, and that should be fine.
I
That does
disabled
not
the
work with
ability
the
to.
Moza.
Oh
I
yeah,
have done that.
no, it doesn't.
You don't get any force feedback anymore. You get telemetry, but you don't get anything else. I bagged a sick trap in the Corsair with it that way, though.
That way? What?
So without the
without
any
force
force feedback.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep. It was harder, but I was also having to pay more attention to everything. That's just why I think it worked that way. It also made me feel good because everybody else, I was at the top of the stack watching.
Uh-huh.
This was during that CQ I was mentioning that I left for last time viewers.
Yeah.
And I was watching everybody else below me in the stack and kind of making sure everybody was where they needed to be and deconflicting as necessary. And for the most part, they did okay. But
being the air boss while in the air.
Down, yep. I came down because it's a World War II carrier. You don't have any of the cool like LSO platform stuff, and so
Yep.
I was like, I might as well be in the air. But I came down the stack at the end and flew the best pass, and it was like, yes. And one of the guys in our group wrote a script because the World War II carriers also don't have an IFOLs or any kind of thing, and historically they would have had a paddle guy waving, and so he wrote something that does that with the images, and it works actually pretty well, and it also grades your pass. And
that's cool. That's really cool. He should post that online.
I think he has. Let
me know on the server side.
His name is GT Free Flyer. Solid dude. I'm happy to rep his stuff here. All right, I'm almost done setting the server up. Use Hubba. Yes. Same IP. It's loading.
All right. Loading.
I really enjoyed this yesterday. I hope it's so similarly fun today.
Sometimes it can be, sometimes it cannot be.
Yep, that is true.
I don't know. Every time I don't fly as often as you, so every time I get in a jet, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy it every time. Even when I'm grumpy, I still enjoy it. There's like a part of me that's enjoying it, but
it's the thing about yesterday is it reminded me of just how hard this thing is that we do, and so it was really cool to be like, oh dude, we're doing this hard thing and it's really cool.
Don't forget to lock your brakes though.
Thank you.
I noticed that in the replay as well.
Yeah, it was not
it's actually pretty pronounced.
Yep. All right, I'm in a jet, you're in a jet. Let me check whether the world can see us. I'm not getting anything from you. Oh wait, never mind. I am now. Hello.
Thank you. Yay.
Ooh,
hi.
Looks quite good.
Good.
My performance is actually pretty great right now.
Viewers. Good.
All right. Cherry is ready for startup. We're ready for unpause.
Right. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Mark it.
All right. Oh, sound again. Gosh dang it. Oculus virtual device.
Oculus. Doobity-doo.
6 X-ray. One of the other unrealistic things about DCS is that the barometric altimeter is accurate to a T.
That's true. Usually there's some slop. In GA, you just need it within 75 feet.
In the Blues, they regularly have reported a deviation of 250 feet between the aircraft.
Between aircraft?
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
in the formation by the end of the
That's a lot.
show. So, yeah, suffice it to say, they rely on radar and hack.
Mm-hmm.
Or hat, rather. Hack is different.
Interesting.
All right, Chariot is ready for startup.
All right. Standby electric ground power.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now on.
Stand by the starter.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by ignition.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, mark. Lab has light off.
Chariot has light off.
Stand by the idle. 3, 2, 1, as loyally mark.
Chariot's got good engine start.
Lab's got good engines as well. All right, stand by the slats.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, slats. Good slats. Alrighty. And stand by the ground power.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now
And
on.
stand by the canopy.
Chariot.
3, 2, 1, mark. Noise. Oh, interesting. Your guy put his visor down when the canopy came down. I've never noticed that.
Yep, yours too. Features of the mod. All right. Chariot's up tricom 1.
Let up tree come.
Chariot's up guard com 1.
Let's up guard.
Ticker checks.
Level it.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 138. Check your altimeter set 29 or 85 for a quick center point elevation of 0 feet. Check your smoke stations on. Check your master arm is on. Check your lights are on. Check your stabog is on. Check your fuel.
Left. Good afternoon, Chariot. Update winds are calm. Clouds few at 12,000. Altimeter 902 for a correct altimeter of 285 and a center point elevation of 0 feet. Density altitude of 82. You're cleared left out of chocks. Left on whatever taxiway that is, and you're going to hold short 2-3.
Thanks, log clear to taxi. Hold short 2 tree.
And hold 1. My ground power is still connected. Alright, I was ready to go.
Chariot, solos were cleared to taxi. Check your parking brakes off. Chariot's parking up to 70%. Off brakes now. Chariot's coming up. See ya.
Whoop.
Solo switching 8 com 1. Chariot's up 8 com 1.
What's the bait,
Chariot 2985 set 0 feet barrel out.
Lab 2985 is set 0 feet barrel out.
Stand by the flaps. Check your flaps up. Chariot's flaps down 321. 1 degree up barrel out.
Lab flaps up 1 degree up barrel out.
I feel like taxiing this thing will make me better at taxiing Warbird.
It will. The tail wheel is its own thing.
Yeah, caster front wheel is still its own thing too.
That's the point.
Chariot's holding short to tree.
It's essentially a high-speed taxi. Labs passing Charlie.
You can tell nothing from up here. You have to trust your instruments. That's wild.
And Labs entering Delta, roll for Adana.
Chariot's rolling. Rolling it for America.
Yeah. You guys get an air show on Independence Day.
That's pretty cool.
Hopefully it's good.
Trey's taking 2 tree.
I was holding short 05.
Trey's rolling. Speed's alive. See ya. Trace layer. Oh, feels good every time.
What's rolling?
Man, this never gets old. You got, if you have not flown a VR, you have to try it. It is such an amazing experience.
Ready.
There he is. Yeah, a little early.
Labs on top, 6.
Chariot, continue.
Stand by.
Don't bottom out. Yeah, he was nice and gentle with it this time.
What's clear?
Chair's clear, 5 miles for setting up the opposing knife edge.
Left, clear 2 miles. And 4 miles.
Let me know your beam.
Beam.
Let me take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Trace in for the left knife edge.
One's in left knife edge.
Oh, I'm late.
10 seconds. Mark hair ahead, 410. Three miles. Mark 400 the lane.
Behind.
Miles. Mark on line.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. Trace layer. Is full, rolling out. Trace layer and climb on the ground for the opposing inverted.
What?
Oh, spicy.
.5. 4 miles.
I'm gonna beam.
A beam.
Alright, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Turns in for the right inverted.
Up in right inverted. Ten seconds. Mark on time. 405. Miles. Mark 1. Miles. Mark 395.
Ready, hit it. Smoke out. Contact looking good. Stand by, roll. Smoke off. Stand by, roll. Trace layer and climb on the ground for the opposing Blivet.
Left. Clear is still sloppy for me.
Yeah, I'm not there yet either. Behind the cons, but I have a
3.5.
little behind on this too.
4 mile.
Open ready beam.
A beam.
Alright, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Trace in for the left of it.
Up in left. Left.
Early.
10 seconds. Mark point 1 ahead. 400.
Same.
Miles. Mark 395.
Last.
Miles. Mark 400.
Go ahead. Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact added up. Ready, hit it. Push. .45. Vertical 4-4. Rudder. .45. Horizon. Now 88 power cycle contact. Putting power back on.
Flip.
Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Comes the pull. Smoke off. Church layer.
Clear.
East full. Rolling out. Church layer and clearing on the ground for the forest. Coming right. Hooks coming down.
Contact.
375 using lots of power. $340. 325 using more power. 310 using the pull. Rolling out. Souls above the ground. Send up the fortis. Striking the lights on.
Lab, you'll have to.
Chariot 300 adding power. $290. We're coming right. Coming for the right comes the pull. Right hand turn for the fortis. Further right, a little more. He's in the pull, rolling out the fortis. He's in a low power chance that rolling in.
Clear.
He's in more power. No gear lab. Center point. We're coming right. Come adding power. Little pull. Sure, it's rolling out.
Hold. Clear.
Easeful. Rolling up. Adding power. Sold on the crowd. Set up the canopy.
What? Sorry about that. Hold the refill.
Adding more power. Power set 90. Ease and some pull.
Check.
We're coming right. Coming for the right comes the pull. A little more pull. I got you on the hook. Right hand turn for the canopy to canopy.
Lab.
Ease and some pull. Rolling out. Ease and more pull. Chariot set rolling in.
Clear.
Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Okay. A little pull. Ease the pull. Smoke off. Church rolling out.
Clear.
We're coming right. Comes the pull. I still got the hook.
What?
Right-hand turn for the second crossover. A little more right. Further right comes the pole. Rolling out. Ease in the pull. Ease and more pull to level. Rolling all the way out. Smoke on. 440. Right break. Ease pull. Rolling out. Pull to 80. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Translator, pull the horizon. Smoke off. Translator. Translator and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing 4 point.
Left.
Chariot's hook is clear.
Left. 4 miles.
Open your beam.
A beat.
Alright, take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Chariot's in for the right 4 point.
Left's in, right 4 point. Seconds mark here behind 4-0. Three miles mark 405.
Online and on altitude.
2 miles mark 400.
Oh, he's ahead. Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3.
Clear.
Sure, Slayer. Ease pull, rolling out. Sure, Slayer, and clear him on the crowd for the slow roll.
Left's clear and right for the slow roll. Yeah, definitely messier than yesterday.
Don't think about it.
Yep. Left's turn in 3 miles for the slow roll. Left's in 2 miles for the slow roll. Ready. Smoke.
Church clear 5.5 at 2,300 knots behind crowd right for the line bracelet.
Got it.
Adding power, set 85. 310. Adding power to 90, set 325. Ease and some pull. 350. 375. Adding power set 92. 400. Little drive. 410.
Using the pull, rolling out the line abreast loop.
You got 2 Chariot.
Chariot. Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Vertical 5-3. Ease some pull. Ease and more pull. Stand by the boards. Board. Comes the pull. A little more pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Ease in some pull. Up we go. Chariot detach. Chariot detach, boss.
Lib is clear. Smoke.
Chariots over the top 8-3 for the solo 8-point.
Lib clear 10.
Chariots in for the solo 8-point. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chariots clear. Ease pull, rolling out. Chariots clear, and clear by the crowd for the opposing horizontals. Two miles mark. Three miles mark. .5. 4 miles mark. Coming in your beam.
Beam.
Okay, take mine. Stand by, mark it. Chariot in for left horizontals.
To the left, horizontal.
Early.
10 seconds. Mark on time for it. Three miles. Mark forward.
On time.
Two miles. Mark forward at 4.
On time. 4 rolls, Leb. Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Choice lane. That was awful. Ease pull, roll out. Chairs clear, and climb on the ground for the inverted tour.
Let's go left to the inverted tour 370.
Contact.
350. 340. Ease in the pull and rolling out 340.
Still got it.
Sometimes crowd for the section inverted tour.
Chariot.
340. We're coming left, coming further left comes the pull, adding power. Power set 90, a little more, pull a little further left. A little further left and a little more, pull.
Got 2 Leb.
Leb, ease in the pull. Easing out more pull, and we're rolling out little drive for the section torque.
Chariot.
We're on line. Ready. Smoke. Little drive. We're on the runway, Jim. Little more. Drive. Ready.
Clear.
Come further left. Little pull. Some.
That's never happened before.
Little further left and a little more pull.
Lessons learned.
Power's at 90. Ease in the pull and rolling out. Soldiers behind the crowd setting up the section roll.
Sure.
We're coming left. Comes the pull. A little more pull and a little more left. Ease and a bit of pull. Ease and a bit more pull. We're coming left. Comes the pull. Ease in the pull. And rolling out the section roll smoke on. Up we go. Okay. Ease and some roll. Ease and a roll. We're coming back left. Little pull.
So fast.
A little further left and a little more pull. Section to the left-hand turn for the fleur-de-lis. A little further left.
Sure.
A little more pull. Too far out this time. Ease in the pull. Ease and more pull.
No, 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 no. Come on.
Ease in the pull. And we're rolling out the fleur-de-lis. Up we go. Little delay here. Ready.
Ready, roll.
Clear.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. A small rolling out. Chairs clear and climb on the crowd for the dirty clean loop. I was gripping way too tightly there.
Same. My feet on the pedals hurt.
My wrist hurts so bad. Chariots circling 4 miles idle for the dirty clean loop. And chariots turn in 4.5 idle. Dirty clean loop on the runway. 4 miles, sorry, 3.75. 3.5250. 3 miles, mark 225. 200 at 2.75. Two miles mark, 200. .5 smoke on gear. One mile mark. Add it up. Up. We go. A little more pull. Vertical 2-0. Ease in some pull. Horizon. Now brakes. Sure, sir.
Clear.
Contact.
Looks clear, and come back right for the section loop power. Sorry, 3. 350. 340 power set. Keep it in the turn. 350. 360. A little further right, and comes the pole. 370.
You got 2 lub.
Club ease in the pole. Rolling out the suction loop. A little slow, adding a little power. Smoke. Up we go. A little more pull. Even more pull. Vertical 5-0. Ease in the pull, easing power. Easing more pull and more power. Stand by the boards. Comes the pull. Little more pull. Stand by the boards. Ease and pull. Ease and more pull. Coming right. Ease a little more pull. Coming back left to smoke. Rolling through. We're coming left. Coming further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding power. Power set 90. A little further left. A little pull. And section left hand turn for a loop right cross pause 200.
Sure, 350.
A little further left and a little more pull. A little more pull. Might come a little quick. Ease in the pole. And roll.
Jesus Christ, man.
In, out. Inboard to outboard. And we're in for loop break cross. A little low. Up we go. A little more pull. Adding more pull. Vertical 5. Hair right. Little paw. Ready, break. 0.1 right. Smoke. mile, Mark 4. 1.5, Mark 4.
Close enough.
2 miles, Mark 4. 2.5, Mark 4. 3 miles, Mark. Up we go, and a 4G, Mark. Vertical 4. 8 alpha. Horizon. Now I put 4 powers. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Airshow. 3 miles more. Leveling out. 2.5 mark, 40 or 410. 2 miles, mark 400. 1.5, 400. 1 mile, mark 395. Half mile, mark 4. Smoke.
Cheers, clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the section tugaway break.
Left. Nice one. Contact.
375. 360.
Section.
Adding power to 90, coming left comes the pole. 360. $350. Souls in our left-hand turn for section takeaway break. $340. $340. $350.
You got to Chariot.
Chariot. He's in the pole. Roll it out. A little dry. Adding power. 92. Smoke on. Ready break. Roll. He's full. Rolling out. Trace clear. Come right. Push floor. He's full. Rolling out. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing for the section flat pass.
Contact.
2 miles. Mark 410. 2.5. 3 miles, mark 400. 3.5. 4 miles, mark power saddle coming right for the section flat pass. He's in that hole. Rolling out section flat pass 310. Adding power 300. Rolling all the way out. Adding more power. Power set to 80.
Flash.
Smoke on. We're in for the section flat pass. Center point, coming right. Easing lots of power. Coming for the right comes the pole. Smoke off. Little bore, pole. Little more pull. Using some pull. Rolling out. Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Ease in the pull, adding power. Comes the trim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're coming right. Little pull. Stand by the gear. Right hand turn for the section landing checker suppose around. Little pull. Roll that a little bit. Easing some pull. Easing power. Coming for the right. A little pull. Rolling out. Easing the pull. Section landing. A little pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. A little brakes. Easy brakes. Little more brakes. Little more brakes. We're coming left. Give me 2 intro.
What?
Stand by the boards, boards. Stand by the flaps, flaps. Stand by the spoilers, spoilers. We're coming left. Give me two on the right wing.
What?
Stand by the taxi light. Taxi light.
Nice light.
Good fly left.
Yeah. Just in case any of you watching, wondering if this is difficult, it's really difficult.
Probably the hardest thing I've done in DCS.
Oh yeah.
Probably easily the hardest thing I've done in DCS.
Yep. I think the only thing that comes close is when I did my mission lead qualification and had to manage 3 divisions. 2 Hornet groups and a Tomcat group. It was complicated.
BrotherLeb, go all clear.
Lab is clear.
Sure, it's coming right, no brakes. No power, rather. I don't know how you would come right with no brakes.
Yeah, I think you probably want the
Jam that rudder and just pray. Oh my gosh. We're coming left, no power. Stand by right for parking. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes. 10 feet. Little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
What?
And 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. All right.
There's a shirt.
All right. Sloppy in different places.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I'll
Or
take it.
cheesy.
I'll take it. I feel like it was kind of in the same ballpark.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're learning.
Mhm.
All right. Coming out from under the hood for a debrief. Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh, dude. It's all right. Coming up from under.
Mm.
BrotherLeb, you got me? Check 1 2. BrotherLeb, you got me.
Loud clear. I tell you what, if I had flown that line abreast loop more than a week ago, I would be ecstatic. But given what I did last time, I'm like, that's a bummer.
It's funny how that works, right?
Oh yeah, for sheezy.
I can't, dude. I don't know. It was my brain. I was somewhere else in the world. Or like, I mean, like, I was present, but like, I was not cataloging anything that happened. So, that was a show. Major safeties. I got ahead of you a couple times on a few things.
Same.
And that's about it, really.
Yep, I got ahead of you on the Fortis clear. I got ahead of you on the after the line abreast flat pass. I think that's about it. I was as close to in on the canopy to canopy as I've ever been. It still wasn't quite good enough. I lost you in this last half of the thing, but yeah, plenty more to debrief. But the safeties I know about that I can remember are definitely the Fortis and the line abreast flat pass.
I mean, hey, dude, that's progress. On the canopy to canopy. I think my setup is giving you some more time too.
Yeah, and now that I know, like now when we looked at the telemetry of like the way the separation was happening, and that's true for like the Fortis roll in, the Fortis roll out, the canopy to canopy roll in, roll out.
Yeah.
I was catching that this time more than I had before, which felt good.
All right, let's review this thing.
Don't forget to let everybody else see the tac view.
For sure. I gotcha. All right, not much to say on the taxi.
Same.
All right, let's roll on the. This is a better takeoff for me. The one bummer is that I was not decisive on my roll behind crowd. So like, what's cool is I'm pretty sure that the wheels were very, very low. Like almost touching the runway, which is how it is in the A4 video. So I need to be a little bit more decisive on my bank to depart the runway. But aside from that, this is a solid B plus.
Yep, this was not as good a low transition as last time. Took me a little longer to get off the runway. I was worried about overspeeding the gear, but we were fine, but it was safer. But I overrolled the first roll before starting the half Cuban. The second roll, overroll again. It's annoying. Much less so, but still not what I wanted. What did I top out at? 7,000, so I need to bring that in a little quicker. It did feel slow, so I'll call this a C.
Yeah. Let's do the opposing knife edge. I got my timing a lot better this time because I remember just how far ahead I was. In fact, I was behind at the 4 mile mark and had to do a lot of catch up inbound. This was a much better knife edge from me.
Like, same. In fact, I think I'm going to go take a picture. I have some pictures, and it just doesn't look good because of the amount of rudder we both have.
No, this was a very good one. My rudder was just about perfect.
Yeah, mine was pretty good too. Look at that. It's pretty flat.
Yeah. That was
normally I over control that, so that was good.
Pull behind crowd was a little wobbly, but yeah. I'm gonna give it a C because of the inbounds.
I'm gonna give myself a B. Inbounds were pretty good, and the maneuver in the box was chef's kiss.
Nice. Inverted. Well, considering last time was like almost an A for me up until the clear. You can never get that good again. But this is still a pretty good roll-in for me.
That roll-in was sick last time.
I don't think it's ever going to be that good again.
That's freaking incredible.
Like, we were
I'm glad that was on
reel.
screen,
yeah.
and we reacted to it in the moment because it was like, whoa.
If we were making a sizzle reel, I'd definitely go capture that moment. But anyway, nice and flat in the box. A little bit of a descent, but I kept it like consistent. So I got up to -1G, so we're okay. This clear was better, but I climbed significantly in it because I was panicking about what happened last time. So that's a bummer. Rollout was fine. I'm gonna give this a B.
My inbounds were better, a little angle though, and then the roll-in was good. Altitude was pretty good, but I was high relative to you, so I brought it down. That's fine. I think I'm still going to be a little high on the hit. And then the clear, I just didn't bring enough drive in once we did the roll. I was afraid that the jet was unsettled, and so earlier onset and then ease it off instead of what I did, which is ease it on and then like hork it to make sure that my turn wasn't too wide. So this is a C+.
All right, believe it.
Oh god.
Inbounds were good. Roll to it. Oh my god, you did it again.
I did, yeah. I have a mental block on this
You're
maneuver.
gonna have
so
to go drill this one.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, roll to inverted was good, and then the drive was good. Very measured up the hill. Came over the top and noticed you were below me, so I kept power in to try and make it possible for this hit to work. Called the hit at the cross. And did a ton of rolls, and the plane got extremely unstable. Such that I had to like do yaw stuff to fix it. It's like I feel like my stab log doesn't work, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Mine was
on.
pretty
I checked
unstable
it.
on that roll as well.
Anyway, clear behind crowd was fine. All in all, I'm gonna give myself a B.
Yeah. The inbounds were great, but then I did I remember thinking, like, don't do 2 rolls. So I did 1 roll, but it was a complete roll instead of a half roll to inverted, like it's supposed to be. So I had to roll inverted again, and then I was behind on the first half of it, and so I was like, oh no! So I was like full deflection, and then I was ahead for the second half of it, and I was like, I'm going to stall. I've already bled off all my airspeed. I can't slow this thing down. So I just kind of had to keep it as measured and see what I could manage. But that was not great. Separation was good. And we'll see whether that's anywhere in the ballpark of the right sight picture for the hit. I think it's going to be a little off and crowd left. But and then my roll was also floppy because we're slow. So yeah, I wonder if just adding a touch of left pedal, based on the way that I'm rolling at least, which direction am I rolling? I'm rolling out, to counteract the adverse yaw would maybe help, because it's like low airspeed and higher AOA than the plane wants to do a full deflection roll. I don't know. Worth experimenting with that. But yeah, this is a D. Not a failure, but it was not good.
Fortis.
Well, no, it's probably an F because of the hit problem. Fortis.
Yeah. Turn in. I thought I gave us a ton of space laterally, but then we turned in and I looked over my shoulder at the 90 and like had to hork it around the corner to get in there. And then the plane just didn't bleed speed at all. So I rolled to inverted and was like waiting for the speed to die down so I could do our gear without blowing the doors off, and it never happened. So I was like, whatever, we'll just do this.
Okay.
Because this is that's what's safe. I gotta do it safe. So yeah, then we just cleared behind crowd and rolled out. This is a F, because that is a safety. I'll fix it for next time. Glad to be here.
Yep. I overcooked this rejoin a little, so I was very wide because I had a lot of extra speed, but I was able to get in, so that was good. And then a problem that I had throughout the show was throttle management in formation. I was just a little too active and behind the curve. Like, you have to be anticipating and sort of, I don't know, I feel like I have to anticipate where, like, start bringing in power as the RPMs are dropping after you bring power out. So you're like 2 moves ahead, kind of.
Yep, you have to, yeah.
And I was just I only had 1 move in me this show. So that was a bummer. It was hard to stay in position. I hit the jet for a bit, but then I lost it in the last like 30 degrees, which was a bummer. I'm really glad that I didn't drop the gear. I thought maybe I had missed that radio call, so I was about to drop him, but I was like, no, he didn't say it, and then you called no gear, and I was like, okay, then that's good. So I'm glad that happened. I brought in too much power to get up close to you, and then freaked out and had to fan boards at like no airspeed. So that was no fun. But it was better than if I'd been dirty and we'd been slower, so that's good. But I was able to roughly get in position, but dropped a little bit back at center point, which is not quite what I want. And then I got ahead because I was dropping back, and so we came in the turn, and then you called that you were going to clear, and I was like, I'm underneath him and a little ahead of him. Like, he cannot roll out right now. So I called the wait, and you did, which was good. But that is a safety, and I'll fix my safety next thing. I'm glad to be here.
Look at this, dude. Look at this.
Whoa.
That is close, man.
I mean, I was staring at your wing the whole time. I saw it. And on my TAC view, it doesn't get as close as it does on your TAC view.
Look at that. It says 19 feet. I don't believe it.
Well, depending on the angle. If you look from the side...
Yeah, I mean, that could be. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anywho, that was...
It's the wing and your vertical stabilizer that get really close.
All right, canopy to canopy. You called that my hook was still down, and I was just like, I don't have time to deal with it. Because if I let my hand off this throttle, it's going to jump throttle for you, and then we're going to be up creek. So just kept the hook down the whole time. Yeah, rolled inverted and tried to hold what I got. And then went up the hill nice and easy at 2.5. I aimed for a different point. And then we started the roll, and it looks like we're going to be over the crowd at inverted, so that's good. Good. Yeah, right about over the crowd at inverted. So that's good. I think that's... Yeah. Got a little spicy on the bottom end of this. I was inverted, so I have a bad judge of how close to the trees and buildings we were. But, felt a little spicy. I'm going to call that one a safety and give it an F, because I want to be better at that. So it's likely that this roll... Something about how the A4 works when it loses airspeed is that it loses roll rate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to... We're probably going to be continuously adding roll until we roll out for this.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep
if
that
it's
in mind.
continuous the whole way, don't bother saying it.
Okay.
If you make a change, say it.
Well,
but if
okay.
you are just like consistently adding it, I probably wouldn't even notice.
Okay. Just checking, because
Yeah.
this is something I've noticed, and I didn't want to add more roll in towards the back end of this, but yeah.
Let me put a question to you. I added a little more roll in the section roll. Did you notice it?
Yes, but there's a different reason for that.
Okay.
We'll talk about it when we get there. This is an F. Glad to be here. This is more or less what it's going to be. I just need to avoid the bottom out.
Yeah, I was pretty close to in, but I was still struggling with the power settings, so I was kind of just, on the yo-yo in this turn. And then I remember thinking, and I went on a run this morning, and I was thinking about this, and like, all right, so when he calls his roll in, I'm just gonna ease a little stick pressure because I probably have some back pressure in it, and I'm just gonna like 2 degrees nose low and see what that gets me, and it worked. That plus whatever you did meant that you rolled in, and I was actually like right where I needed to be and just a little sucked. And I'd prefer to be there than anyway. So then I was able to just add a little power and get tucked right in, which felt great. And then I was like in for the canopy to canopy, which I've never been. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And so that was interesting because your jet looks different than any other time I fly form on you, except for I guess the Fortis. And so like there, and I have all these habits from doing this in the Hornet, and when you're right side up, and so it was just a lot of like instinctive stuff, which actually worked. I just got a little. We pick up speed coming down the hill, and I think I was getting a little ahead of you at the 180, like when we were inverted, or I was inverted. And so I think I brought power out, and when we came back down the hill, you just walked away from me, which actually interestingly happened on the line abreast loop as well. So I just need to anticipate that, and I think I'll be fine. And then the rollout, same deal. I just a touch of drive, just the barest amount, really helped stay on plane with you. And you actually even caught it a little bit, so that I ended up being a little low, but much better than so far. So I think it's doable. And I will give myself a C for this.
Great. Let's see. The section the section crossover. We were bang on line for this, which was great. And doing 450 knots, like, I don't know, man. This is like the best I've done for that. The setup was a little sketch because we had to like really like pancake it on the bottom. But then we had tons of time to go in. And it looks like we're like 2 right, but I'll take that. The cross was good. I pulled the right amount, so I matched your pull rate, and then horked the right amount as well, up to 80.
I
And
realize
these rolls
really
felt more stable. And they look more stable. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I finished up my rolls shortly after you, and then we both pulled with Horizon, smoked off, and then it was a very nice, clean roll to the 90 degree, and I pulled behind crowd. So, yeah. I'm gonna give this one a B plus.
Yeah.
I think.
All right. I mean,
Two right? No, that's a B. B plus
Okay.
would be like one, like half or one right, or like off.
Yeah. Do it.
It felt good. It was the best I've done that one so far. And it was definitely helped by how I set up the canopy to canopy roll.
I was probably the most in on this turn of
You're a little
any
quiet,
form
by the way.
flying. I was probably the most in on this turn of any form flying I did this entire show. But then once we started coming down the hill and I had to get to a new position, then I got all out of sorts. So, and again, it was power. You can see I'm like, I'll scoot up close and then I'll drop back, and I'll scoot up close and I'll drop back.
Yeah.
And I was scooting up close, and then I happened to just look out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, we're getting close to center point. I can't be too close because he's going to turn right into me. So I dropped back. But I think that's going to mean that I'm going to be. I also felt like I was just a hair low for the sight picture. So I think I'm going to be low, in close, and then the lowness will be compounded by the fact I'm a little further back than I ought to be for this. So that's a bummer. I realized I really horked it up the hill even more so than I normally. Maybe I was just more cognizant. I don't know. But yeah, rolls were fine. I overrolled at the top though, so that stinks. And then clear was okay, but this is C.
Something I've realized is, in order to not overroll at the top, I have to go almost full deflection the other direction when I'm upright at the right before the final inverted.
Yeah,
So like half
yeah,
a roll
probably.
before the end, just because of how high we are and how slow we are, I have to go like full deflection right at that point, and that'll catch me right inverted.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't normally have that problem, so I'm not going to overthink it.
Yeah,
but
don't
yeah,
overthink it. But anyway, all right. Did you grade yourself?
C.
4 point. Inbounds for this were a little perfect. Apparently. Yeah, my 4 points were pretty decent, but I didn't go mill, so I ended up dropping out of the sky on the second knife edge. So that was a little sketch. And my pull behind crowd was fine. Clear turning, yeah, I'm gonna give this one a B because I need to add it up, but we hit at center, like quarter left. So yeah, I'm calling
Yeah,
this
it's pretty sick,
good.
dude. Yeah, it's pretty sick. All right. Boppy B. Inbounds were good. Pretty good, I think. I was a little fast on the 3 to 2 mile. But you got the inbounds right. My 4 points were pretty snappy. The inverted to the second 90 was especially snappy, so it's actually a little floppy because it happened faster than I was expecting. And so other than that, I think I'm just a hair high on the hit. So this will be a C plus. But yeah. Yep.
Slow roll.
Slow roll. I think I rolled too slow. Or started. I don't know. I was wings level just too right of center point, but then it just took me forever to get back inverted. So I actually had to speed up the second half of the roll.
Yeah, it looks like you rolled too slow.
I think I started it too late and rolled too slow. So C. Moving on.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it looks all right. I just want the rate of the roll to be consistent the whole time.
You might want to scoop out once you get back inverted so that your rollout isn't as sketch.
Yeah, that's another. Actually, now that you bring it up, that's probably a safety. So that's probably an F for this maneuver because it was low. I'll fix my safeties next time. Glad to be here.
Ladderman's loop. Had all day. Uh,
Thank you.
to get set up for
All
that.
I can say is thank you.
Um,
It helps a lot.
Hey man, like it's working for me. It's really easy.
No, it's great. Just as long as you have the speed
yeah.
you need to do it. Like I don't.
We were at the right altitude this time, so we were at 500, which is great. We had the right speed by the time we went up, actually a little fast. So that meant the bottom of this hill was really speedy. So it's funny because 10 knots fast and you get this oval instead of a circle.
Yep.
I could have eased out more pull. So we bottomed it out a little lower and a little bit less G because we're at 7G, 7.2 at the bottom of the hill. So there's some work to do there. This is crazy because this is like sustained. Oh wait, no, we're not 7G. We're 5.5G. I was looking at the AOA. I was like, what? My AOA actually, throughout this maneuver is pretty sticking consistent, which is great. But yeah, this was. I'm gonna start looking at where the loop is centered, and it's like 2 right. So I could go up a little bit later. But then, I mean, we went right through a smoke trail and everything. It felt really good. I don't know, man. A B.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I was busy doing other things, but I got the rejoin pretty right. I was worried about being too fast because you were calling speeds, and I had like a decent amount of overspeed. But I'm realizing that the best way to get in quickly is to live with whatever airspeed you've got and make sure your RPMs are set where you want them, and just use the boards.
Yep. That's what I've learned too.
Because if you change your RPM, then you're just on the yo-yo.
Yep.
And that's what happened right as we started going up the hill. I had just gotten a little bit sucked and was trying to bring the RPMs up, and I was like, oh no, because I'm gonna have to chase him up the hill and then somehow stabilize. But I managed to do it okay. I'm just a hair sucked through most of the maneuver until you pulled boards back in and I didn't add power, which I just instinctively did last time, where you pulled boards in and I went full firewalled the throttle in order to catch you, and then had to bring a bunch out back up the hill. But it worked. Whereas this time I didn't do that, and I should have to stay closer, so you walked away from me. I don't know why that happens. Probably because there's an RPM disparity between the two of us. Or I'm trying to not overspeed you, and so you're probably at whatever RPM you're at, and I'm just a little low from there, and then you pull the boards out, and then you just run. But anyway, all I have to say, I know that happens. I've seen it before, and I didn't anticipate well enough. All that to say, it's the second best of these I've ever done, and so I will give this a C.
Nice. 8 point. I decided to do a slower one this time. I don't like it. It's just a little... Okay. I don't know. We'll see how it looks from the ground. I think that'll decide it for me. I definitely pulled too much, but I've never done one that slow, so I just decided to be safer than sorry. And so, I don't know. I'm going to give this a C. It felt weird, but it's fine. Alright, so horizontal rolls. I was bang on numbers all the way into the box. Called the hit. Pulled up, started the rolls a little bit later than you. My rolls were nice and snappy, and then I completely overbanked the final one. And then overbanked the turn behind crowd too. So this is going to be a B-.
My inbounds were really good. Just a little bit of speed differential, but I nailed the 4 mile and was pretty consistent all the way in. Speed to before the the speed's matching yours. My rolls were really neat, and my clear was good. This is B+. Ship it.
Dude, this looks really cool. Watching the tack view and seeing us cross. They both lock on that flat, and then BAM! Oh, it just looks good. Alright, inverted tour.
Alright, inverted tour. That's me. Alright, so set up for this. I think because we didn't have such an arc, because I actually came to the heading, we ended up having to pull into line sooner, like harder than I would have normally liked. But we had like eons of time because
Yeah.
I think we rolled out at like the 4 mile mark, so that was fine. And then I was like, well, we might as well just get inverted. But then I kind of got like weirdly like mirror, and I was like, which side of the runway are we trying to be on? And so like I just sort of gently drifted us back out to the correct outboard side of the runway as we were coming in. I didn't really call it though because it was hardly an adjustment. And then we rolled at center point, and this is, I don't know, we didn't really drop. I might have been high. What altitude are we at? 500 at the hit. That's well within parameters, I think. I think I'm probably aiming for 350 to 500, so right at the top end of that. I call this a B. Maybe,
Nice.
yeah, B.
So yeah, I was ready for your pull to the headings, and so in order to shortcut the corner, I pull straight to the heading as well, which means I'm on the inside. But then I realized I was gaining on you too fast in order to do like a hork over the top to rejoin, so I gave myself a little bit of angles, and I was still going too fast, so I had to go out wide. But then because of the way this turn works and where I need to be, that's totally fine. So I just parked it behind. But then for some reason, I was like gaining on you faster than I expected, and like I don't think I dropped boards, but like I cut power, and so I ended up falling behind you into the roll in for this. But that was fine. So I just like moseyed my way up, and was struggling to see where the crowd was, so just kind of flew in formation, inverted. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit wide of him, and then when we roll, I'm gonna add some power, and that's what I did, and it worked out. I definitely gained on you faster than I felt comfortable with, and so I ended up falling back once we cleared.
Yep. Yeah, that's what
But
happens.
like, this is what I need to be doing because this rejoin is perfect. Ideally, I will be I can be closer to you, over time. So I have to do less of that stuff. But this is closer to what we want to do. So this is a C minus.
Cool. The section roll. This didn't feel as good as the one last time.
I agree.
The setup was, I think I just went too wide. I eased some pull in the middle of this turn, and I didn't need to. I think I wanted a more lateral spacing, and I was looking at a particular spot on the runway that I was aiming at, which interestingly is not far enough to the right to get the inverted over center point. So that actually needs to be further right, but I think the angle ended up being a little further.
So realistically, we want inverted over the crowd, which you almost got this time.
Yeah. But like, notice where we are relative to center point, like what our track does.
Yeah.
So that needs to be fixed. But I think the angle is, I think I'm going to want to come out on that 300. But the big thing is, I think because we had a decent amount of pull, and I didn't feel like pulling any, or like easing any of it out as we came down the hill from this, because I had to add some pull in the turn to get the setup right, because I took it out in the turn earlier, the domino effect. We, unlike last time where I had to pull in order to not scrape us off on the terrain, this time we, finished the turn and had like lots of time to turn left.
Yeah.
And that isn't what I want either. So, yeah, I think it was just a domino effect from easing the pull in the turn, frankly.
Yep, I agree. And we also had a ton of smash going up the hill. We were at 480.
Yeah, which that's fine. I'm not too concerned about airspeeds with this maneuver. I just need to be at least 400. But 480 is a little skippy.
Higher speeds just means that the jet's more on the nose for me, so it makes it harder for me to do the maneuver.
Yeah, well, we'll try to keep it more like 450.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change any power, though.
Nope.
That's a dumb idea. Beepity boppity beep. Yeah, this is a C.
Yeah, my form flying was pretty decent around the corner. Came to the bottom, and as usual, you ran away from me a little bit. as we were going up the hill, I got back into position, and then you started the roll, and the onset was just faster than felt faster than last time. I'm not sure whether that was the airspeed.
I think it was.
But I got behind you immediately, and then was just trying to gather it back in the rest of the maneuver, and ended up getting sucked, and having to recover around the corner. So this is a C minus, a D. D.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a quicker onset because it was a very slow onset last time, and then I ended up bringing just kind of consistently adding more roll in the not this time, but the one we did yesterday. And this time I was like, let's just get to that roll rate quicker. But I don't like it. It wasn't as good.
It's a lot easier to catch the easy onset versus a quick onset.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be just expect an easy onset, but that.
I'm adapting to whatever you do. But,
yeah, it might end up being the roll might increase, and I probably won't set a different roll. It'll just be kind of gradually more pressure.
That's totally fine.
Okay, the fleur-de-lis kind of domino effect from easing the pull and the turn for the section roll. We had this even wider turn than last time. Similar kind of profile though, but that meant that we were just really far crowd left as we got into this thing. So we're just up the hill slowly and then hold for the hit, so we have time to get to center point. This is a C. There's not much to say about it. I don't think I did anything wrong. It was just not the best.
My front flying around the corner was pretty good. Until the end of the turn, in which case I was like, I don't know what's happening. This feels really weird. How slow it all was.
Yeah.
But it gave me a ton of time to practice flying line abreast. And I indexed myself a little bit low for the parallax. As you can see, I'm like half a wing low, and that was intentional to try and make it look more line abreast to the crowd. My roll, I did not actually complete my roll to invert it.
Really?
Look at this nonsense. I'm like, here. So that's terrible.
Nailed it. I don't know how.
Good for you. It's not even going to look good on the track file because my connection to you warped out. Watch this.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Anyway, the rest of the clear was fine as a C. All right. Dirty clean loop. Hey, I did all the things, except for the fact that I couldn't figure out for the life of me in the middle of, as I was setting up for this, what trim I needed. So I just kept it, and that almost killed me. So this is an F, but I'll keep going. I went up the hill at the right time. Whee! But that actually meant that by the right time, I mean I went up the hill at center point, which actually means because I don't have any airspeed, that the whole maneuver happens crowd left. So we're going to split the difference between the previous show and this show. So I'm probably going to go up the hill at the threshold of the runway.
Okay.
But yeah, I was full backstick deflection, and I should have trimmed because I can do that. But hey, it ended up being nice and flat and on the I don't know, it leveled out and looked good, but it was very dangerous.
I didn't notice anything.
So it's an F. I did the gear and the flaps at the right timing, and that meant that I gained a lot more airspeed for the clear. So that's good. That's a lesson learned for next time, but I'll fix my safeties for next time. Glad to be here.
So thinking about timing from last time, I was like, I don't want to be early, and I think I timed it better this time. But if I'm being really picky, and that's what we do here in the Legacy Blue Solos, I would love to cross you at center point, or at least as close as I can get it. And so by that measure, I'm like 4 seconds late. So I got to sort of split the difference between what I did last time and what we did this time. Also, I think I didn't factor that in when I came over the top, and I was looking at the site picture and I was like, oh shoot, I'm going to be early again. But I wasn't. Part of the reason though is because I didn't bring power in coming back down the hill when I was pointed straight down, because I was like, I don't want to overspeed. And so I actually eased some power. I don't remember what the power setting. I don't know that I was
Probably the right
cognizant of it,
decision.
but
We're doing 440 at the bottom.
yeah, and I think that's the right call. I don't obviously again, the ideal would be that I'm passing you as you are pulling to straight and level, but and I was behind that, so I think I just need a little more pull over the top and then to not. I went power idle at inverted to try to gauge where you were and how much time I thought it would be, but I just kind of misjudged it. But I don't think any of the decisions were wrong, but I think execution was not what we're aiming for. So this is a C.
All right, section loop.
All right, section loop. So I tried to give more time for you to get in. Instead of throwing to the behind crowd heading, I pulled behind crowd plus 10 before coming back left. But maybe I should delay that. I don't know.
You're fine.
It seemed like you got in with enough time, so that's probably what we'll do. Though you also were you were closer to me by quite a bit than you were the last time. So I'll have to kind of remember where I pass you and for the timing and the setup and how I'm flying that turn. But I can't get too slow because we need speed to do this maneuver. Setup was outboard, inboard, which was not ideal. And then I was really worried about pull and didn't think as much about roll. So then the loop was a funny shape. But not as bad as a later one. We'll talk about that. Coming back down, I had a moment where we were right as I was about to call boards in, where I was like, "Are we gonna die? Are we gonna go in?" But then it caught, and we were fine.
No,
and
you
then
get
I
that
actually
extra.
had the ease
You
pull.
get that extra G and a half of pull when you put the boards in.
Yeah, and you pick up speed. Yeah, so it ended up working. And I didn't ease as much as I might have because I just didn't want to make it any harder than it already was for you. And so this is probably another C. Maybe pushing. What's the shape of the loop look like? Yeah, this is a C. It's just a little cattywampus.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Rejoin took me a hot minute. I need to get better at this one. I thought I was gonna be in sooner, so that's why I got in behind you. But then I wasn't. So I need to just be on the inside of this corner steaming until I get right up next to you, and then lock it at 90 and park the brakes. I didn't do that. I decided to try and do it with throttle. And because of that, I wasn't really in again by the time we went up the hill, and that was entirely my fault. But I got in. But then when you call, then over the top, you called something like some sort of power adjustment, and I didn't catch that, and so ended up drifting wide. And then you called boards, and I clicked the little clicky, the cage button instead. So I was like, oh shoot! So I had to go idle in order to not overspeed you, and then put the boards in and go full to catch back up. It was just a nightmare, and so the whole down the hill was just trying to stay with you. If you would have eased more, I probably would have wing climbed you because I started to wing climb a little bit and was able to catch it. And then this right-hand turn, I keep forgetting that I have to cut half power as we come right, because I'm on the inside of this turn and it's a turn. And then as we come back left, I have to add that half back plus more to go around this course. This is gonna take me a long time to get this right. So I was behind, coming around the corner, and then we can talk about the rest, but this is a D.
Yeah, I have the same thing on the clear from the section flat pass, which is such a lame maneuver to have problems with. But I am idle, and I still end up being line abreast from you as we come around that corner. So loop right cross. Yeah, the turn, lots of time to set that up. I was worried at the 90 that we're like, oh shoot, we're gonna overshoot it. I'm gonna have to correct back left or right. But how wrong was I? We were inboard, outboard. So anyway, up the hill, lots of pull to fix what we did last time, which was the right call. We were still, looks like actually 2 right and inboard. But based on where we went up the hill, which is basically over the runway, we didn't walk too far in any direction because we ended up doing the hit over the runway, so that's fine. But yeah, I think what I need to do is probably delay up the hill just a smidgen, or more pull. I don't know. I don't
Delay
want
up the
too
hill.
much pull.
Delay up the hill.
But anyhow, and then I just like freaking nailed the numbers out and in. So this one is a B minus.
Nice. Yeah, so I was strung out a little behind you, coming around the corner. I was able to get into a good spot, and then you were like, "This is gonna come quick." And I was like, "Okay," and you're like, "Ease in the pole." I'm like, "God dang it!" And you're like, "Inboard to outboard." I'm like, "God dang it!" It didn't have to be this way.
I'm sorry. I misread it completely.
But then I got in for up the hill, and I was in all the way over the top, which felt really good. And the breakout was good. I was like a quarter mile ahead the whole way. And I was like, whatever, I'll live with it. And then I would like to understand your philosophy. When we do 4G mark, do you adjust your pole to maintain 4G, or do you just keep what you got?
I was actually thinking about that when we were going up there.
I need to know.
I was like,
I don't care what it is. I just need to know.
So historically, I've been doing 4G mark and then holding what I got.
Yeah.
If I go 4G mark and hold and pull to maintain it, I will add on quite a bit of pull.
Yeah, I know.
So I have not been doing that.
Okay. I think holding what we got is the right choice.
Better, okay. Especially because by the time we get to Horizon, and I go power or the 8, or whenever we get, or vertical, and we go to the 8 alpha, I have to ease quite a bit to get to 8 alpha.
Yep.
So if we're bringing in more pull to get to maintain the 4G, it's going to be more of an ease. So I am going to vote for get to 4G and hold what you got.
Okay. Do we want to do 8 alpha or do we want to do 10 alpha? Because if we do 10 alpha, it's more or less you don't move anything. You just maintain 10 alpha.
Are we struggling with what's happening right now?
No.
Let's try 10 alpha, but my thought is, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But let's try 10 alpha just to experiment.
It might just give us a little bit more time.
One thing I like about 8 alpha is it's got a big marker. Like, you can see it very easily.
Well, 10 alpha is that caret. So there's the 8 alpha that has a number, and then 10 alpha is there's a caret right next, like underneath it. So it has a marker as well.
Yep.
Anyway. So then I was ahead inbound, so I had to go idle at a mile, and then I added it back up to military for the last half mile because I didn't want to be slow for the cross because I have to clear. And so because of that, we hit 1 left, but I'll take it. This is a C.
That hit is still pretty good, though.
Yeah, I like it. Moving on to the section tuck over break. Tuck under, whatever it is. Yeah, this is like, I don't know. Again, not much to say about this one except for this time we were high, so I'll be curious to see how this looks from the crowd. We're also very nose high for the hit. But yeah, hit was at the right time. I pulled to the right angles. A little bit less pull than normal, but that actually worked out timing-wise for you and I. So I think that's fine. I'm gonna give this one a C because it just didn't feel right. But we'll see how that ends up looking in the tape.
Yeah, the rejoin was pretty good. This rejoin feels very similar to the one that you probably have to do after the dirty clean loop, where like lead is going pretty slow but picking up speed for a maneuver, and you're going pretty fast because you have to rejoin and then having to get to whatever airspeed he's at. And I haven't done this before, but this time I just was like, as I was coming in, I had like 150 knot overspeed, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put it on 90 RPM, 90% RPM, and try to pull to get the speed I want. And if I've still got too much smash, then I'll just fan the little boards to try to get in. And that actually worked really well. So that's what I'm going to do in the future. I was actually a little too close initially, and so hiding the jet, and then I ended up dropping back a lot further than I'd prefer to be. So I'm still kind of working on where I want to be. Like, you can hide the jet theoretically at an infinite distance as long as you're in the right spot. But I think I want to be a little closer than I started. And then, yeah, it just naturally sort of pops out from behind, or you pop out from behind, and then you're just thinking about the maneuver, and then the actual thing inside the box was good. This is... it didn't... Similarly, it didn't feel great.
Yeah.
So, like, probably a C+. Like, performance of the maneuver was good, but it just wasn't... I just didn't feel... I didn't feel happy about it. I didn't feel like, ooh, yeah! So, yeah. C+.
Okay. Flat pass. This was pretty great. I pulled on to the heading and was like on speed and just pegged a throttle number and was on speed the whole freaking way. I don't know what to say about this. I think my one criticism would be I didn't set the right throttle initially, so I was at 80 and it needs to be 81. I will fix that for next time. It's a B+.
I need to get in faster. I did it really well like 3 flights ago and have been kind of getting worse from there. I was a little faster than you by the time I got to the 4-mile mark, and I've been delaying my turn by a little bit so that I can slot in behind you instead of trying, like before when I was coming in line abreast and really wide and doing weird stuff, that was bad. But now I'm too far behind you, and I'm doing this tail chase that just does not work. So that I think I just need to turn in a little quicker or something. The fact that you're turning in, if I turn in at the same time you do and your power idle, I will pass you, or at least
boards.
Yeah. But then I got to get like RPMs back where they need to be, and so there's a variety of weird things that I'm managing. I'll figure out a different way to do this, but it took me way too long to get in. But once I got in, I was in. The problem is I had to fan the boards a little bit to do it, and I would prefer not to do that once we're smoke on, because we were smoke on and I was just a little outside of where I needed to be. Not in all the way yet. I called you'll have to. You called smoke on. I went smoke on, but I was not ready yet. That was my bad. This is a D.
Section landing. This one was pretty good. I was way more ahead of the jet this time, which is good. We did get a little bit of a nose drop in the turn to final, and then the turn to final was an angle again. So. Not as bad of one, and we needed to do the pull that we had because we were going to overshoot. So adjustments were made, and they were good. We were a little low over the stadium, but you know that's life sometimes. And then the landing was good and measured, and like it feels so good to be ahead of the jet enough that like to land, do all 6 things I need to do in the cockpit, and still have time to like gently ease the brakes on. So I'm getting better at leading this, which is good because it is a freaking complex maneuver to lead. I'm gonna give myself a B just because I need to be a little bit further ahead of the jet.
So looking at this turn after the clear, I don't actually get ahead of you, so there's no safety. It actually is about right. It feels like I am line abreast of you when we're flying the jet, and it's deeply uncomfortable, and I don't like it, but it looks okay. So yeah. Yeah, I can see where it is. At the 90, I feel like it feels like I'm line abreast. And then at the like 140 degree point in the turn, I ran out of back pressure, and so I had to start trimming, which I did. But then you got a little bit of a wobble there, but that wasn't too bad. It was like there was a thing that happened where we put the boards out, you added power, and then you did something else at the same time, and it was not your fault, dude. None of that was bad. I didn't handle it well, and so I got a wing climb, and then I was just all over the throttle for the rest of the maneuver. I just like got out of my little happy zone and never quite got back in. I even all the way to the ground. Like I was more or less in, but it was just like these micro adjustments, and not in a good way, in a bad way, for the rest of the maneuver, which just felt bad. Though I was managing all that, trying not to get wing climbs or overspeeds or anything like that all the way to the deck, and then I was like, whoa. I am gonna we were close on the landing, and I was like, I'm gonna hit him. But I was like, hold what you got, do what you know. And so you called boards, I fanned the boards, then I popped out the
Spoilers, yeah.
spoilers, because if I have spoilers on when we land, I go way slow.
Yep.
And I was just like in, and I was like, okay, well, great. And so I just held what I got. But overall, this is like a C minus, because I didn't like it. Nothing is awful, but I just handled it really badly. So yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Taxi back was great this time. Everything in parameters, hit my marks every single time. That felt good. I liked it. No notes.
Taxi back. The only thing I will say is I was so close to getting that turn on to echo correct and didn't quite, and that was a bummer. It was just a little slow, but like I've been working basically since we started this demo, trying to not lose you in that corner, because once you get pointed straight, you can go so much faster than I can still on the brakes. So I'm having to keep a lot of power in, and I'm like right on the edge of the skid. And I managed to get close, but I want to get closer.
I'm trying to ease the power out so that I'm not accelerating too much on the straight.
Is lovely and helps.
I'm working on it.
But yeah, and then the turn to final was probably the best I've ever done it. But then the final brake thing, the nose scooted out on me again. So more to do.
Very nice. All right, let's go look at some tape.
Oh, dude, the FBU is or the F14 BU is totally coming soon. They're like producing all the like walkthroughs of how to manage systems and stuff. It's happening.
I think it's next month. That's my guess.
Next month?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because they started releasing the embargo on stuff at the beginning of this month. I think the human brain problem of it has to happen at the start of something, I think has gotten to them. So I think August 1st.
We'll see. We will see.
I'd love to have it like next week. That'd be sweet. But
I want to know why I can't hear things. Voice and video settings.
Well, the problem is that you would hear like you as well.
Oh, I wonder if I muted myself.
All right.
Or muted that in some way at some point, and now I
Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Who
don't
knows?
remember. Anyway,
Well,
continue.
half of these did. Let's watch.
Let's see if our nose walked.
Actually, I was on the brakes this time.
I was on the brakes as well. I'm just curious whether it actually did it. If it fixed that. My kingdom for a parking brake. I wonder if we set the wheel chocks, will we have to hold the brakes?
By DCS definitions, we shouldn't. I wonder why your electrical power didn't go off.
Oh, I know why. I didn't talk about this in the moment because it was like why, but so you know, ground power, and then the first option is on and the second option is off. I hit the first option, so I just turned it back on again. It's just like ground power is already on, and like and then turn ground power on, and Chief's like sure. And then I just happened to do a head check before we taxied, and I was like, oh, there's a yellow thing over there.
All right, Control Y, Shift Z, all the things you have to do to run a replay in DCS. That being said, I'm happy for them because, oh yeah,
That's cool. That was cool.
Yep.
That looked good.
That's
Yep,
the
do
way it's
that.
supposed to be.
Oh, good. The timing of that was right too.
Yep. Just enough time for the announcer to stop talking about you before you fly across.
I mean, there's a safety thing, which is like if you have to abort and get back on the runway, you have to be out of your way.
Yep.
But we're in a sim.
That looks pretty good, dude.
I get lower.
I know you can. That looks good.
Yeah.
Like that's a safe. That's a safe maneuver.
Yep.
Can I
Look at
make
this
one-
overroll. It's so bad. Whee!
Can I make one suggestion?
Sure.
I think according to the tape, he smokes on, well, at the beginning of the maneuver, but, like, once your gear is up, you can
Uh-huh.
probably...
No, yeah, he smokes on from the like numbers,
That's gonna
but
be a
we
problem
can't.
for later.
Yeah. No, the reason why I didn't is because for a while the roll was wobbly enough that you got a wobble in the smoke
Yeah.
trail that I
Mhm.
didn't like. But I'll try it again and see if it's as bad as it used to be. I think I'm better at rolling than I used to be.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this one was flat. Oh, it's still a little bad on that final bit, but that was clean.
Here we go.
Put on your John Philip Sousa, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Okay, so I need to get those shots again because they're going to be better than the ones that I got yesterday. Crap. Now I'm in a world of like... Which track file has the good one of that?
Well, fortunately, like, I don't think the rest of the stuff is...
Canopy to Canopy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only other one.
That's pretty good. Not nearly the absolute pancake of last time.
Oh my gosh, it was so clean.
I want to go look at that again.
So sick. Oh, it's high. It's freaking high.
Yeah, I'm climbing. Ooh, nice. This jet looks cool, flying through the sky.
It's a cool jet. It is a cool jet.
This mod was not built for doing what we're doing.
Just kind of cool that we're managing to make it work.
Live it! You'll get it one of these days.
I'm going to go drill this thing. We'll see. If we fly tomorrow and I don't screw it up, maybe I won't. But...
Spent a lot more time going up the hill this time. I didn't push as hard as last time.
Which would have
meant that
helped
this
me if I hadn't if I hadn't like overreacted to what I was doing.
This is an insane maneuver. I can't believe people did this in real life.
They didn't do it very long. But yeah, it is
For
ridiculous.
good reasons.
Well, okay, so
Oh, wait,
for
wait,
a
wait, wait.
while...
Interesting.
Uh-huh. So I was fairly high in real life, or where I actually was sky position.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to be pretty late relative to you in order to make this hit work. That's going to take a long time to get right, but
Yep.
when we get it right, it's going to feel so good.
Ugh, looks so cool.
So for a while, so they did this, and then they did a canopy to canopy loop.
That's also insane.
Yep.
I don't think the mod would handle that very well.
I don't think so either.
I would prefer... I think the Blivet looks cooler, too, so...
It's also more bonkers as
Uh-huh.
a thing to do.
Like, I think the canopy to canopy loop
That actually
would
wasn't
be...
as bad as it felt like in the jet.
I think the canopy to canopy loop would be really hard to accomplish with this in this module, and it's not as impressive. So
I
it's
mean,
like
if you know how hard it is to do any of this, like the only people that would care is other airshow people, because of how effing hard it would be to do a loop in that kind of configuration.
I would rather do the Blivet.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want to change it.
Just a little behind.
Yeah, yep.
You haven't figured out the aheadness
But not
thing
now.
from the F-18.
Well, partly because the throttle is so much harder. Like in the F-18, it's no thing because you just like, ooh, that was real close, that tail and the wing.
Yeah.
In the 18, you know, you just pull a little throttle and then put it back in when you need it, and you can stabilize. With
So
this thing,
easy.
because RPM is a thing you have to think about. That it's just going to take more time for me to get. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm close.
Well, the
but-
18, the problem is staying in plane with
Yep.
lead.
Yep.
In this, the problem is throttle with lead. Oh, that looks so cool.
I know.
Oh my gosh, that looks awesome.
And if I didn't fall out,
That
right
looks
now.
so cool.
I know. Right here. This is where it happens.
Dude.
Ah.
I got the roll at the right
And I
spot.
got really wide too. Yeah, that was so sick though.
Like,
Oh, the first like 2/3 of that were sick as hell. Also, this is scary.
okay.
Where'd they go? Big fireball. And you can't see that clear either,
Nope.
which is a bummer because now you're level and it was great. Anyway, wait for me. Oh.
We're not going to be able to see this either.
Yep, a little low, like I thought. Just a smidge
I
though.
don't know. Looks pretty on to me. Now
All
it's
right.
low, but like last second, it's fine. Oh, yeah.
But looks great. It's within the parameters of like what you'd expect somebody who's actually having to fly line abreast.
Yep.
So it looks line abreast enough that you wouldn't know. So that's achieving that goal.
Better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's acceptable. That's an acceptable level of wobble. And look at that. Yeah, baby.
Nice. Well done.
And then, yeah. That one's going to be a little wobbly because of how slow.
It's just because. Yep.
Oh, 4 point. I was trying to sweeten the deal, make it look like get closer and closer to the center line as we were coming in. Here we go. Nice.
High again.
Not too bad though. I mean, like this jet's so small. Like, obviously we're shooting for perfection, but if you're within if you're within a jet height of me, I feel like that's success.
Yeah, I know, but I remember coming in for a lot of these opposed maneuvers and being like, I feel just a smidge high, and
You're
I
right.
was.
Yeah.
I need to start that drive right as I get inverted, I think.
You know, I don't think this is too slow, but I think, like, I don't think it's actually too slow. I think that you might be able to do some things to make it work.
Yeah, no, I need to. So I was, because of it was wrong last time. I overcorrected, I think is what happened.
Yeah. Do you audience members know the reason why the Blue Angels fly this so far apart from one another? Very simple. It's really freaking dangerous. Like, usually they have a full jet width between them when they're doing this maneuver. And the reason why is because these jets can easily, any jet, can easily close that gap in a heartbeat. If there's any sort of, like, turbulence or
Goodbye.
differential...
Are my boards still out?
I think you were late on the boards intake, yeah.
I think I was.
There he goes. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that looks great.
Having the formation, like, take off into the stratosphere as 5 breaks off to do his maneuver. This is such a cool
I would
effect.
love to see
What they
a boss
actually-
forward cam, because I like, if you're pointed straight up like that, like,
Here we go.
everybody's doing this crazy lag displacement.
Yeah, it's too slow. Not as impressive when it's that slow. I need to find the in-between between the two.
Yep.
I still have my Moza connected, and it's flying this whole show for me.
I guess I do too, but I'm not on it. It's actually a good reminder. If I don't shut this down, I'll forget.
Nice. It's so hard.
It's a pretty
to
flat
catch
roll
those
for you too.
rolls. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alrighty.
Time for the
Es tiempo para the inverted tour. Not going to see the roll in, are you?
Nope.
Yeah. From the right, the inverted tuckover roll.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not working on hiding it yet.
No, just work on complete the maneuver and then we'll get to the hiding later.
Nice and stable.
It
though.
still looks cool.
Yeah.
It still looks cool.
We both rolled a little slow on that one.
Mm-hmm. Well done, though. Well done.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really gaining on him. And overreacted.
Yeah, it's so easy to do, too, because really, if you start gaining, you just need to drop, like, maybe 5% RPM,
Yeah.
but you're, like, racking the throttle back, and even if you crack it, like, 20%,
You're done.
it's not that, doesn't feel that much, but you're just way behind.
Wow. We did have some G at the bottom of that. Okay, good to know. Like, oh god, there he goes! Ahead.
It's so uncomfortable when you're ahead on those rolls, too.
You want to see uncomfortable? Watch my camera at the bottom of the section loop. Go watch my POV from this time, and
Okay.
you'll understand uncomfortable. Yeah, I didn't quite do the picture right this time. I pushed out too early. It looks fine, but I want it to look like I'm in formation until we're rolling out. Hey, the parallax worked. Good. It's a bummer that the cons aren't on both aircraft. I hope that's something else that they fix with the group update. If they can.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not want to be a third-party module maker just because of like trying to work with ED and then all your own stuff, and
Yeah.
I bet you it's a nightmare sometimes.
Up right there. And that would be on. So pretty lit.
Do you have a ground reference for that?
The beginning threshold of the runway is now my ground reference.
That actually worked pretty well if I could just get it earlier. Yeah, more pull.
Yep.
That's really all you needed there. Just more pull.
More pull, and then you can ease out the power as much as you did this time, and you'd still make it. But yeah, you're really wide.
Yep. Yep.
So wide, I can't even keep him in frame. That was pretty sketch.
Yeah. Meow.
I was like, is he gonna go by? Did he crater? Did I not smoke off? I didn't. Well,
interesting.
shoot.
I never noticed that. I never noticed that.
Well, that's a bummer.
You'd fixed it by the LBC because I remember seeing it. Oh no, because I called the smoke off then. Because I called your check smoke. So it's going to be inverted until then. Yeah.
this sequence is now the hardest thing in the show for me.
Yep. Yep. It's not my favorite either. It's really hard to fly even as lead, but not as hard as it is for you.
Ah!
Oh, you got your smoke on. How did you know?
I didn't. I thought I smoked off at the top.
Here comes the wing climb, probably.
No, I caught it. Right there. That's the most I got this time. But then I'm like, on speed with you, and then something.
Yep.
It's because you're turning
That's so
into me,
annoying.
that's it.
Yeah, you're like, you got it all set. You're just like, I'm nailing this. We're fine. They set it and forget it, and then you can't.
Yep. You can roll faster than that if you want.
Okay, I probably will.
It would actually help me.
Okay, I just don't want to throw you off, but
Oh,
if it's
dude,
not
like,
gonna,
I'm
then
like-
I totally will roll you off.
I'm like.
I guess if I'm
like
rolling away from
neutral
you.
at that point.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm rolling away from you, it's probably fine. If I'm rolling into you, it needs to be slow. But
I mean, it
Away
doesn't
from you,
need
don't
to. I
judge.
just need to expect that it's going to be quick.
if I can roll a little quicker in both directions, that'll help keep it flatter. But we'll see. Yeah, but I'll definitely roll quicker to the left because of that point we're behind crowd. And
I think an easy roll to the
Spot.
right is helpful because of the speed that we're going and the insane throttle nonsense.
Yeah,
But
and if
then
I roll quicker, that's going to be
it
even more
emphasizes,
pronounced.
it emphasizes everything. So, like, rolling quickly to the right is dangerous. Rolling quickly to the left is helpful. This looks good.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If I'd noticed that we were going to overshoot a little earlier, I could have brought in more pull, but I didn't. Nice.
Skip most of this.
Whoop.
And that actually means that I was on angle, if it's that slight separation there.
Yep.
So.
Because we were too right.
Well, also the parallax, because we're not actually flying away from the crowd, we're flying away from center.
That's true. That's true.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Looks like half left.
I'll take it.
So, did you smoke on so I could see you here?
No, you called check smoke, and so I checked smoke. And you called it again, so I did it again. You called it twice.
I don't remember calling it twice. Weird. Ah, a little low. Bummer. That's where we would have broken out anyway.
Yeah, because we're higher this time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is the one maneuver in the show for the A4 where I'm like, I don't know. You know?
Yep.
It just doesn't
It's
really...
fine.
Yeah, it's not really doing anything for me.
Yeah. I just as soon do what we did with Hornets. For that weird, like, we're gonna go find the diamond before we do the diamond loop.
Oh, yeah.
The Wander or whatever.
Yeah, the Wander. It's just as meh.
Wow,
We
you
made it
cannot-
cool.
well, when you nail the Wander, it feels great. Man,
Look.
that looks so much better than it felt. Like, it looks like I'm just there, and I super was not at, like, the 1.5 mile mark.
Yep.
Good smoke off.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that angle down now. That's sick.
This turn felt really good. It felt like it was tight enough and that we were slowing down enough. Because that's the problem, is like, this jet just wants to fly. Slowing down is really hard to accomplish in this aircraft.
Watch me tumble.
Whoa!
it's,
Whoa!
it's bad, dude. Got a little less pronounced with the gear down, but it was still happening the whole way.
Yep. You can see it.
Yep.
Whoa! Whoa! This was a little scary. At one point, we were like pointed at the parking lot in front of the like the flight path marker would have been on the parking lot in front of the stadium, and I was like, it's like, don't panic, just do what you need. Oh yeah, good approach angle. That's the right timing. Nice job, dude.
Yep.
It's like, more brakes, more brakes, more brakes. We can't overspeed this turn.
The interesting thing is, as Dash 2, I don't have to use that much brakes. Like, once I get the spoilers and the boards out, like, I'm tapping a little bit, but, like, you're on them.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, I'll add them a little bit if I'm catching you, but I generally am not, there's not that much brake pressure.
Weird.
I don't know why. It's a bizarre, DCS thing, I guess.
I'm trying. It's like...
No, you're good.
I want to make sure that I'm not, like, parking right at the final, like, 5 degrees. Because that can happen, too, if you cut the power too early. There are so many nuances to taxiing in this aircraft. It is not my favorite aircraft to taxi in.
That's hard. Differential braking with bad
ground physics.
Ground physics and
Hello, guys.
friction, yeah.
Which we've modified. We've modded the mod.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. We can totally do this without the friction adjustment. But...
Oh, yeah, now we could. Yeah. But I'm glad we have it.
These jets look so cool.
It'd be nice when we get the hump off, though.
Yeah.
It's one extra bubble bit that we don't need. Oh, yeah, give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little too fast in the
No,
last
that's on me.
few degrees.
I was a little soft on the end.
And then watch for the nose to walk here on the brakes.
Yeah, you really do have to ease it on, because if you stamp on it, the nose collapses.
Wah wah.
It's not like the 18 or the 16 where you just like... Alright, that's it. That's pretty good. We're definitely improving. Definitely making improvements. Alright, folks. That's going to be it for us today. We hope you have a happy 4th of July. And that you do go and celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. The country that has allowed for the Blue Angels to perform for many years. We pray that you have a great day, and you stay cool out there for those of you in the heat dome. But until next time, we'll see you on the flight line.
All right, before you go.
Before I go or before the stream goes?
Bye, everybody, stream people. This will come soon to a holding screen and a